Milad, has anyone ever tried to pull a fast one on you? Throughout my life, I feel like there's been many times I've been left dumbfounded by something I've seen somebody else try to do. And well, just the other day, I had a company that tried pulling a fast one on me, which inspired the creation of this very video that you're watching right now. But before I tell you that story, I want to tell you about a few times that I've had to deal with this and what I did in that situation in case you ever find yourself in a similar one. Our first story goes back to when I was working at my parents' Subway. I had a customer that would come in almost every single day and ask to fill up his water bottle, and of course, I let him. I mean, if you deny somebody water, you're a different type of evil. Anyways, he was a nice guy, or so I thought he was, until one day I was sitting in the back and I heard the pistons from our soda machine all of a sudden going off. I thought, that's weird, that usually doesn't happen when somebody's getting water, and so I go to the front and ask the guy if he was getting water or not, and he said he was getting seltzer. You know, he was tiptoeing a fine line with the seltzer, but I didn't care enough to say anything, so I just let it go. Until the next day when I saw him and he came back and started pouring Diet Coke into his bottle, clear as daylight in front of me. My heart was shattered. I thought we had an agreement here, but nope. So I just had to tell him that he can't do that, and he took full accountability, which I was sort of shocked by, and he just left and never came back to the store. So I think I got a little lucky there, but that story doesn't compare to another guy who came in and he actually paid for his beverage, but he hesitated before buying it and made sure to ask me if refills were free. I told him of course refills are free, and he seemed super happy, and I was happy that something as small as a free refill would make this guy happy. Anyways, this new customer came back to the store the very next day, and I would have been pretty happy about that, except for the fact that he had that same cup from the day before in his hand. I tried not to pay any mind to it, but the second that I saw that cup, I knew instantly what was about to happen. I mean, come on, the jokes literally write themselves at this point. He ordered the same exact sandwich that he got the day before, and I asked him, any drink today? And he's like, nah. And he raises his cup up proudly and shows me it with one hand, saying, I got my free cup from the other day and I got free refills, remember? In that moment, I literally thought I was being pranked. There's just no way that this man thought that he could just use this cup whenever he wants at this Subway just because he bought the cup once. But apparently this was a huge thing decades ago at food places, and I never knew about this. You'd be able to just buy a drink once and come back and fill it again, but the cup was a lot more expensive and they weren't paper like this one. So I had to shatter the guy's heart, and I broke the news to him. Honestly, I feel like he kind of knew somewhere deep down, but he just didn't want to admit it. Thank God I didn't let him just go for it though. Could you imagine if he just kept bringing that cup in every time? That cup would literally start falling apart. Anyways, the time now to tell you the reason that I made this video. Now, I could be very wrong about this, but I feel like a certain company tried pulling a fast one on me just the other day. So I was with my friends and we took an Uber to some place that we needed to go, and it was a little far away, I'm not gonna lie to you. So on the way back, we're all deciding whether or not we're gonna get an Uber or maybe we'll take the train or something, but I insist that we take an Uber. And well, on my phone, the price of the Uber was 2.5 times what it was originally when we went there. I was in shock. I was like, how could this possibly be? I mean, I understand if it's 20%, but 2 times? 2.5 times? That's just crazy. And so I asked my friends to look at their phone and see if they had the same thing. Lo and behold, they had the same prices when we went there. Uber might have tried pulling a fast one on me. That wasn't fun at all.